Welcome to Storytime with Double O Kills. Today we're reading The Shape of Me and Other Stuff, a Dr. Suess book. And it's even by Dr. Suess. What do you know? The Shape of Me and Other Stuff by Dr. Suess, a bright and early book. From Beginner Books, a division of Random House Incorporated, New York. You know, it makes a fellow think. The shape of you, the shape of me, the shape of everything I see. A bug, a balloon, a bed, a bike. No shapes are ever quite alike. Just think about the shapes of beans and flowers and mice and big machines. Just think about the shape of strings and elephants and other things. The shape of lips, the shape of ships, the shape of water when it drips. Peanuts and pineapples, noses and grapes. Everything comes in different shapes. Why, George, you're right. And think about the shape of gum, the many shapes of chewing gum, and the shape of smoke and marshmallows and fires, and mountains and roosters and horses and tires. And the shape of camels, and the shape of bees, and the wonderful shapes of backdoor keys. And the shapes of spider webs and clothes. And speaking of shapes, now just suppose you were shaped like these, or those, and shaped like a blog, or a garden hose. By the way, that's the blog, in case you were wondering. Of all the shapes we might have been, I say hooray for the shapes we are in. A rather short and simple book, but with a message that is undeniable. In a world where body shaming is so often a problem, so often a thing that we deal with, appearance and, approval or disapproval based on how you look. We learned just the other night in our Sneetches, just last night in our Sneetches book with the what was it called? Something about afraid of. One was I scared of, where he found those pale green pants with nobody inside them. We don't need to fear things because they're different. We don't need to be something else. We are who we are. You are who you were made to be. And I believe that while we can work our best to be healthy, to make good choices, etc., there is no doubt in my mind that you're wonderful and spectacular just the way you are. Because it doesn't matter. In reality, you are not defined by your shape. You are not defined by your size. You're not defined by the color of your hair. And if you are, you should not be. Oftentimes, people define me by my voice, by my beard, by my mustache. You know what? That's a part of having an image. But I'll tell you this, I am me. And that will never, ever change who I am. Whether I shaved, whether I grew my hair super long, whether I lost 50 pounds or gained 50 pounds, it would not change who I am, because I am me. And I've got to be comfortable in my own skin. And so do you. But again, I applaud those who stick to being healthy. Working on being healthy is very important. This is not some advocation for unhealthy lifestyles or living or things like that. But be comfortable in the skin you're in. That's my takeaway from The Shape of Me and other stuff by Dr. Suess.